Hi guys, happy Friday. Yay, we made it, another day. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I have been trolling the internet, maybe doing a bit of Christmas shopping.
Trolling or trawling?
Well, both. Yeah, and I came across this keto diet, I want to say. A diet is really any food that you put in your mouth, so let's just call it keto. So a lot of people are doing it as just a choice. A lot of people are doing it to lose weight. A lot of people are doing it to just cut carbs and lower their blood sugar levels, things like that. So anyway, this is a keto baked cheesecake. So this cheesecake is so yum. You could pretty much feed it to anybody who came over, especially if you're on your keto diet. You can probably have maybe 2-3 slices. So yeah, and still keep within your 20 grams of carbs per day. So first of all, I want to show you that cheesecakes don't need to be round. I'm actually doing a square one. Not only does it make your slices really funky, but I didn't need to do a huge one. I've also got, you know, a cheesecake that I've already cooked, so I didn't want another massive one. I don't have that much room in my freezer. That's the other good thing about this cheesecake. Make it and say it's only you doing keto. Chop it up into portion sizes and stick it in the freezer, and that way you can just sort of bring it out, let it thaw, and yeah, you've got yourself a nice pudding or afternoon tea if you are so inclined. So anyway, I want to show you this tin I have. It's just a normal cake tin. And I'm just quickly going to show you, just in case there's people out there who don't know how to line a cake tin, because it's real easy and it saves all the hassle of butter and flour and all of that sort of thing, which of course you can't have flour on keto. So just using baking paper, I have traced using a pencil and cut out that shape of baking paper. Now I've got a normal sheet of baking paper. Now all I do is measure it halfway and then rip it off. Cut it into two. I just used a knife and fold up one end. Now to make it easy, just like you would if you're sewing a garment, you just want to put little clippers in there. Do the same to the other side. Now guys, as per, if you have any comments, questions, please let me know. I do have my cameraman who has a microphone and can talk to me and pass on your comments or questions. So hey, and let me know if anybody out there is doing keto or has done keto, etc. Now that goes in. Now it's a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle, so using those cuts that we've made, it does fit fairly easily, as you can see, into. Now because this is square, it's a little bit pushier, but this is how you line any kind of cake tin, which will come in really in handy in a couple of weeks when we make our Christmas cake. Because you'll need to double line that, if not wrap it in newspaper. So anyway, there's our cake tin done. Now the Mrs Rogers ingredient today, I'm using cardamom seeds, which are so yum, and I'm actually combining it with coffee, which isn't the first flavour I sort of pieced together, but when I kind of sniffed this and sniffed my coffee, I was like, yeah, that smells really good. So I've just got a mortar and pestle. I'm really sorry, it's going to be a little bit noisy, just while I show you how quickly you can actually use these seeds, because sometimes we see everything ground, and obviously ground is a lot easier, but to be honest, you're going to get, although Mrs Rogers products are by far the best when it comes to flavour and freshness, you're going to get much more flavour, and therefore you won't need as much if you do this yourself. Plus it makes your kitchen smell really nice. So now I don't mind a few chunky bits, and this is a good old mortar and pestle I have had for a while. I think I got this when I was about 18. I'm only 21 now,
really
so
nice. That smells really good.
Okay, so this was 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom seeds, and as you can see, because I'll show you, it's a really nice fine-ish powder. Little bit gritty, but that's not going to matter because we're going to put that in our almond meal base. Now this is 170 grams of almond meal. I don't know what that is in cups, but if you are on any kind of kitchen duty or eating plan, you need to get yourself one of these. It is just a scale. I got this one from like a budget shop, but I know Kmart do them for around $10, $12. And it is so easy because what I do, and let me just quickly show you. So you've got your scale there and you want 170 grams of almond meal. Actually, let me do it. Let me see if I can not muck it up. Okay. So now we're going to know, and we need to change it from mils to grams, we're going to know that that's 177 grams in weight. Now, that's really confusing, and we don't need mass at this time of the day. So just tear it. Now that takes into account the weight of the bowl and squashes it out. So now we need 170 grams of almond meal. So this is about 170 grams if I've done it right. I did weigh it out this morning. Oh look, it's a little bit over, 180. I did have a dribble left in the bag. That doesn't really matter. But that just goes to show you how easy it is. Now, if I needed to add more to that, I would just tear it again, go back to 0, and you're winning. So anyway, almond meal, 170 grams. Don't know what that is in cups. Please don't ask me. It's about 2. Now I'm going to put in, I'll put in a little bit of I'm going to put all of it in, of our ground cardamom seeds. Now I need to talk to you about xylitol. Xylitol is classed as a sugar alcohol and it tastes just like sugar. It's a little bit cold, like you would expect alcohol if you just dropped it on your tongue. Like, you know, you get those like sort of medical type grade drops for natural things. It's that kind of a zang to it. And it looks just like normal sugar. It is derived from natural sugars. I think it's the birch tree or something like that. Something weird I read up on. But the beauty of this is that it's still sugar and it still creates a sweetness and flavour. However, it does not muck with your blood sugar levels. So there's a lot of good and bad research out there. I don't want to hear, oh, that's bad for you, oh, that's good for you, because, hey, I drink alcohol, I know people who smoke, and that's good and bad for me too. But I'm figuring this in a little bit of moderation for people who don't want to throw their blood sugars up in the air and down is probably a good thing. Sugar is natural as well, and look what that does to us. So anyway, I don't want to hear about it.
Although if you smoke, you should stop.
Oh yes, you should.
Yeah.
It makes you get wrinkles. I've never
among
smoked.
other things.
Well, yeah, it's not good for your health, but neither is alcohol. And hey, let's face it, we've all been there, done that. So anyway, I just want to combine that. I'm not going to be too fussy about it. Now, if you make this and your base isn't sweet enough for you, you can add a few more teaspoons. That was 6 teaspoons of xylitol. And listen, I got my xylitol from like one of those bulk bin type places. It wasn't particularly cheap, but I'm not going to eat a cheesecake a week, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I've got about 50 to 60 grams of melted butter. And yes, the good thing with keto is fat, fat, fat. Good fats. So we just want to stir that all in together. And sometimes you may find that you need a little bit more butter. Sometimes you may not. Because it will depend on whether you've made your almond meal yourself, which you can do if you've got a food processor, just by blitzing a bag of almonds until it's super, super flourish.
And you can find almond meal just at the supermarket. It's
not
hard to find.
It's not hard to find. There's a lot of brands. It's not particularly cheap, but it is a whole pile of crushed nuts, and nuts aren't cheap.
And it's a treat.
It is. This is a treat meal. So as you can see, it's almost like a biscuit dough in consistency, which is what we want. And we need to get our base, and now I'm just going to plonk that in there. Now I like a really thick base. If you wanted to double this recipe, you absolutely could, but I would also double the base, because there's nothing worse than having a cheesecake that falls apart. So anyway, I am just going to use my hands to push that down. I did wash my hands earlier. I have tried to push this down yesterday with that cheesecake that I did as a trial run.
Sorry, camera fail.
Camera fail?
Camera fail. We went on a bit of a wild ride there, everybody. Sorry about that.
Well, it is Friday, roller coaster day.
And we're back.
Maybe the camera's had too much sugar.
Maybe
So-
it needs a drink.
So anyway, guys, I did try to push this down with the base of a cup, and it was just a bit too sticky. So this method works. It's just a little bit longer. Maybe you could get the kids to help you with this, because, of course... Now, for those who don't know about keto, the basis of keto is 20 to 25% protein, 70 to 75% fats. And when I say fats, that's not let's lick all the fat juice off the bacon. You can have bacon, but it's good fat. So like avocados, coconut oils, yeah, that sort of fat. So it doesn't all have to be meat fats, because of course you're only allowed 25% protein and no more than 20 grams of carbs per day. So anyway, if I can tip that without showing it falling out, that's my base. Now for the fun stuff. So as I said, this is going to be a coffee flavored topping, and I've got 1 block of cream cheese. Now you can use any brand cream cheese, it really doesn't matter. I would almost go for the cheapest cream cheese, as long as it's full cream cheese and not spreadable cream cheese, because we do need the density and the thickness to that. So, and just brought to room temperature, more so that it's easy for you to use. I'm going to put in...
So is anyone getting ready for summer? Are they changing their eating habits at the moment? Are they... Well, summer probably seems like a long way away, but
it's not. I think it's only like 9 weeks till Christmas or something. And hey, let's face it, that's summer.
Yes. And actually, has anyone started doing their Christmas shopping? 'Cause I think the supermarkets and shopping centres want us to start buying. As soon as that what is it, Halloween is out of the way, it will be full on.
It will be
Christmas shopping time.
Okay, so that was around about 220 mils of sour cream. Full blonde, full fat sour cream. Don't use the light stuff, it won't work. About 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. Or if you had one of Mrs Rogers vanilla beans, you could actually put the actual seeds in, which would be super yummy. However, I just grabbed the essence to make it easy. Now, back to my xylitol. So this is 6 teaspoons of xylitol in there. So we've got 6 teaspoons in the base and 6 teaspoons in the top. If you wanted more, if this isn't sweet enough, I'll show you a trick in a minute. Now, I'm only going to put about 3 teaspoons full of good instant coffee, because this is your flavour. You don't want to use the instant coffee. Oh, excuse me. You could actually use a little bit of espresso coffee. However, I found I needed to express too much for the volume of what I needed, and it just made it all too runny. You could try chucking in another egg. So, guys, I've just got to be a bit noisy and mix this all together. So yeah, if anybody out there doing any kind of diet at the moment, or watching what you eat, what have you cut out? What are you doing? Tell us. I'd love to create a recipe based on what you're doing. So we just want to blend that all together. And remembering that the coffee won't completely dissolve. We want that. That's the trick. Okay, so this is the time, because I haven't put the egg in, this is the time that you can taste. Yeah. That's nice.
Are you sure?
Oh no, I had to crunch up a solid coffee granule, and I thought, is that going to overpower everything else? But no, that is bang on. So guys, I'm going to throw in, well, not throw in, I'm going to delicately smash in my egg, mop my fingers, and just get that all going together. Oh, well, that doesn't help. Short cords. Okay, guys. So, as I mentioned before, you can double this recipe, which would make a very large cheesecake if you had quite a few people to feed. So I'm just going to mix that up, as I had a little bit of sour cream on the edge. And as you can see, there's little bits of that instant coffee through. There's a few lumps of other stuff in there too, but I quite like the little bits of instant coffee. It gives you that little tang of flavour. So, just pop that in.
Well, we got a thumbs up from someone, so someone's liking the look of this.
Someone's liking the look of that. Ooh. Now, if you wanted to do a continental style cheesecake, you could just reduce the amount of sour cream or up the amount of cream cheese, just so you've got the consistency.
Oh, some more thumbs up.
And
a love heart. Sorry.
And throw out the egg. Don't use an egg because we don't eat raw eggs, really. Just in case. Salmonella and all that stuff.
But I like the baked cheesecakes. They're my favourite.
But, yeah.
Yum.
I am scraping every ounce in there. Because...
For the people that have joined us, this is a keto-friendly baked cheesecake. Keto is the new hot, well, it's not new, but it's a hot diet, and these things seem to come around. Yeah,
it's very popular. A lot of people have lost quite a lot of weight quickly, but the beauty of this is it's a no carb, no sugar diet that makes you feel full because you're eating so much fat. There's all this science about it. I'm not a scientist, and the body stops using carbs as an energy source and starts using fat.
But you need to look into it. If you're going to do it, then look into it.
Do some research.
Might not be right for you, might be right. Might want to do it, try it, and not.
So I'm just banging it down to get out any bubbles and to spread it out. Now, to get those beautiful little spots that I have on top of my already baked cheesecake, I'll show you a trick. Sprinkle a little bit more coffee on the top, and that's how I get those nice little spots, which almost trick you into thinking they're chocolate. Okay, so that needs to go in the oven, 150 for 1 hour. And then you need to leave it on the bench to cool in the tin. And then you need to put it in the fridge for at least 3 hours in the tin, uncovered. That's going to give you that really nice dry baked cheesecake. And to be honest, that's what I do with any cheesecake that I'm making. So yeah, you need to leave it uncovered, you need to let it cool down, all of that stuff. But I'll write that up eventually after I've eaten cheesecake. Anyway, I just wanted to show you, because also on keto, you don't, actually I'll put it down there, you don't have to have a weird wedge. Now this size wedge, everybody, is about 3 grams of carbs. So even if you are trying to lower your carbs, and you're allowed 20 grams of carbs per day on keto diet, you can have your cake and eat it.
We will post the recipe.
The recipe will absolutely be up.
Yep, absolutely.
And you're also allowed a very little bit.
Liesl, sorry, yeah, we'll post that recipe straight after.
You're allowed a very little bit of 90% dark chocolate. So this is just 1 square, because most of
So this is a pretty good,
So,
inverted commas, diet. We need to have dark chocolate, baked cheesecake, and what was that? It was
this is 1 square that I've cut up
into a million
of
pieces.
Dark chocolate into 1 million pieces, and that 1 square of dark chocolate is about 1 gram. And
that was a yogurt?
Carbs. That is sour cream.
Sour cream, sorry, my bad, I wasn't listening.
You're increasing your fat with the sour cream, because we need to get 70% fat. So you've got your cream cheese and your sour cream in your cake, which is fat. You've got a big blob of cream cheese on the outside, and all up that's about 4 grams of carbs. So if you really wanted to, you could eat 5 of those a day. Probably not suggested. I would have some vegetables with that. But yeah, guys, hey, it's nice. It's something that if you are doing, you could actually feed that to your dinner guests and they wouldn't even know that you were on a keto plan.
So if someone was coming around and they said, "Oh, I'm on that keto thing,"
then you could do it. Oh,
when you do it. Well, we've got a visitor.
We've got a delivery. So guys, I will leave you to it, and yeah, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.